Hey everyone, today we're going to be seeing how far we can get in Super Mario Odyssey without pressing the A or B button once. So without pressing the A or B button, this means we can't jump, long jump, wall jump, side jump, jump off things, and stuff like that basically. So you're wondering, how would you get over platforms? Well, remember how you can bounce off Cappy? Well, by pressing Y and holding it down, you can run into Cappy and bounce, and we haven't pressed A or B once. We can even do the advanced Cappy jumps, and we're still not pressing A or B. So we start our new game, get knocked off the ship by Bowser, and meet Cappy. We go inside of the top hat tower, capture the frog, and you're probably wondering, well, you need to press B to jump with the frog. No we don't, look down there. Shake the Joy-Con to high jump. We're not pressing A or B, are we? Made it to the boss topper, and fighting him is actually a lot more fun when you can't jump, because you have to actually maneuver the way you use Cappy. Killed him, made our way to the Cascade Kingdom, captured the chain chomp, and got our first moon. So the funny thing is, because the moons are higher than Mario, you actually have to use Cappy to bounce up to them. After making my way to the 8-bit area, I then realized, well, we can't really get through here because you need to jump a lot. So I captured the dinosaur, got this moon that I forgot to get, and then did something with the dinosaur that I saw in a speedrun using this trampoline. Because if you get him to step on it just right, you'll bounce up, you can throw Cappy and make it to the boss without going through that entire 8-bit area. So we slammed her chompkins in her face and got a multi-moon. We put our moons in the Broken Odyssey, repaired it, and made our way to the Sand Kingdom. So the Sand Kingdom wasn't too hard, there was only two things I noticed. Once you're in the quicksand, you can't get out, because obviously you need to press A, and we can't actually do much in the story of the Sand Kingdom because of the 8-bit area. But other than that, we got all our 16 moons, and made our way to one of the two kingdoms, the lake or the wooded. I chose the lake because I thought that one would be harder. I thought it would be harder because most of the kingdom is underwater, and the only way you can swim is by pressing A, so we're going to have to avoid as much water as we can. And we could definitely do that by doing this cool jump that I've seen in many speedruns. So as I was trying to get this cheap, I missed it and hit the floor. So I'm not going to swim up to get back up, I'm going to use the teleport. So when you get the cheap, it is very helpful for when you want to swim forward, but unfortunately you could still only go down with it. So as I'm swimming to this tiny little island, I guess, I thought I wouldn't be able to make it, but it turns out as the tide goes down, you can just walk onto it. Battled against another brutal boss, and got our last moon by capturing a fish. Onto the Wooded Kingdom. So using the up route, it says press B to stretch, but you can just press Y, so that's what I did. So this was pretty funny. When you throw Cappy at a piranha plant, it gets stuck in his mouth, meaning I can't do my special jump. So what I had to do was throw Cappy, throw him in his mouth, and then somehow just slide onto his head like that. For another brutal boss, killed him, and then realized to get to the next section, I actually needed to climb a vine and then press A or B to get off it. But obviously, we can't do that, that's the challenge. So I found an amazing way to get up there without pressing A or B once, using this massive shortcut. Just check this out. Man, I was really surprised when I did this. Also, when capturing Goombas, you can shake to jump, don't have to press A or B once. Also, another thing that requires a lot of jumping is this bit where the tanks are, but I found a way to just do it with Cappy. Beat that big robot boss thing, and made our way to the Cloud Kingdom, where we fight Bowser for the first time. So when he ground pounds, he makes these flames, which you can only dodge by jumping, but we just have to get hit by them, otherwise you fail the challenge. And also, when you're punching him for the last time and he spins his tail, all you need to do is walk away and he won't hit you. Then we crash landed into the Lost Kingdom, and then this is where I got worried. Because right at the beginning, Cappy usually gets captured by this bird, which means you can't use him to jump. However, I did another thing I saw in a speedrun where we can completely skip this. So thank you so much to whoever found this, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have. So we can actually get right up to the bird. However, if we step in the wrong place, we might accidentally trigger the cutscene again. We repaired the Odyssey, and then moved on to the Metro Kingdom. Said hi to Pauline, watched a car explode in front of me, and then entered the New Donk Auditorium. Now this was a pain. So to get up most of these places, you need to climb these poles, and to get off them, you need to press A or B. but luckily I found a way to use Cappy to get up this little area. But wait, there was more. I had to do another crazy jump, which was harder than the one before that, and it literally took me 20 minutes to get this jump, only to be disappointed by the end of our challenge. The next jump literally takes us right to the exit, and this is the one that we can't actually do without pressing A or B. I tried so many times to get up there, but we just couldn't get enough height without using the pole. So the answer is, we can get all the way to the beginning of the Metro Kingdom without pressing A or B once. However, after that, my question changed. Now, I wanted to see, how many times do we need to press A or B before beating the game? So I continued my journey. We got up to the Mecha Wiggler, fought it, and then saved New Donk City. Yeah! After that, getting the moons we needed was really easy. Then we moved on to the Snow Kingdom. Now getting this moon with these chompy spike things without jumping was a pain, but I managed to do it and I was so satisfied. Then we did the Grand Prix with the seal, and you can shake the Joy-Cons to bound instead of pressing B, so hell yeah. Moved on to the Seaside Kingdom. So I was actually having trouble finding my last moon, and I realized that there was one that required the Gushin. However, I couldn't do it because the Gushin can't fly up. So what I did was stood here, wait for him to come up, throw my cabinet, go into the lava, get rid of him to get rid of the lava, and then I got my final moon, which was really satisfying. Moved on to the Luncheon Kingdom, which wasn't too hard. Once I completed that, got surprised by Bowser's crazy dragon. Beat that after a few attempts and made it to Bowser's Kingdom. So we beat this massive stone guard thing, beat these two brutal bosses, but this is where I got worried again. So to climb up this wall, we're meant to go around the water using the Pokeo by jumping around 3 or 4 times, but I found a way to get up there by using Cappy thanks to this slope. I was so happy when I managed to do this because it saved like another 3 or 4 jumps. While climbing up to the top of his dojo, there is actually a bit where the Pokeo can't stab his nose into, so I found a way to fling myself all the way from over here. Climbed up to the very top of this awesome dojo, fought the awesome Mecha Brutal, and completed the Odyssey so we could travel to the moon. Entered the tunnel to the deep, dark center of the moon, and got through that pretty easily. And then, look who returns. So after beating her, we escaped the underground area and made our way to the chapel. Knocked down the door to stop the wedding. So the Bowser fight was really difficult, because every time he spun his tail after you punch him, a laser beam would come out, so that did extra damage after already getting hit by the lasers from his ground pound. So what I had to do was buy a heart from the skeleton dudes, so we can have extra health. But then I did another thing that I saw in a speedrun. Hold down the Y button while throwing Cappy at Bowser's hat, and then it'll come to you, and then you can punch Bowser before he even gets a chance to ground pound. After doing all this, make sure you get to his final stage, and as long as you have 3 hearts, you can beat the boss without pressing A or B at all. So yay, we saved Princess Peach with only 1 A or B press. Oh wait, no. We still got the last bit. So we capture Bowser, and then this is where everything is ruined. Just watch the numbers go up.
start.
So, it is done. We have beat Super Mario Odyssey by pressing A or B only 42 times. Now, that number could have been 1, but Bowser ruined it by making us jump another 41 times. But to be honest, if you think about it, it's really not a big number. Beating a game with only 42 A or B presses, that is crazy. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, watch my other videos. I'm always doing Nintendo related content, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!